Super Mario 64 is one of the most iconic video games ever created. Myself and many others absolutely love this game for what it did at the time, and we are still enjoying this game today over 25 years later. Some people, however, think this game is a disgrace to humanity, so they have jumped online to voice their opinions on the game. Most of these negative reviews tend to be pretty funny, so let's take a look at 10 hilariously bad reviews for Super Mario 64. Our first review comes from the Omitty9. Sorry to say, but I loved Mario on NES and SNES. But this was an insult to the Mario series. Collecting stars? No thanks. I much rather the platforming get to the end of the level style. 0 out of 10. My guy just said Mario 64 was an insult to the Mario series. What do you mean? Loaf of Chickens also gave Super Mario 64 a 0 out of 10. Mario 64? Because they didn't add Mario with his shirt off. Also, the graphics look like really bad. Like it's all blocks and there is no ray tracing. To be fair, Mario with his shirt off with ray tracing would be pretty hot. Leo Plirudon was a little more generous and thought the game was deserving of a 3 out of 10. This game is very overrated and the Bowser fights are repetitive. You cannot play as Luigi, which is you ever do in the game is do boring fetch quests and collect 8 red coins. I suggest anybody to buy Mario Kart 64, Mario Party 1 or Paper Mario. Grab the Power Star, collect the coins, punch the enemies into lava, and all those boring fetch quests get annoying after challenges are unrewarding. I am saving money to buy a copy of Mario Party 1, which is better than Mario 64. I'm not gonna lie, but I think if you're saving for Mario Party 1, you are probably gonna be more disappointed with that game, as Mario Party 1, in my opinion, has aged like hot milk. But look forward to experiencing that game, my friend. Brain Damage gave Super Mario 64 a 4 out of 10. Overrated. There was much better games on the N64, such as Turok and that Star Wars game, and Mario Kart 64. This game, in my memory, being 32 now, was not very good for the time, and that was back in 96, my friend. Sega Saturn was better than this piece of crap. Galactic Gaming 8 also scored Mario 64 a 4 out of 10. The game is not fun anymore. The controls give me a headache. I hate the design as well. Now, I played Mario 64 pretty recently, and aside from the camera controls, which to be fair have not aged well at all, the rest of the controls such as the movement still feel great today. You know what you need to do, Galactic Gaming 8? Cope. Bowser Jr. has voiced their opinion on the game. This is the worst Mario game I've ever played. The levels are terrible. The battles are all about throwing Bowser at bombs. Mario doesn't immediately stop when I stop pushing forward. The camera is abysmal, and all the enemies look incredibly ugly. The most overrated game I've ever played. 0 out of 10. Mr. Game MD scored the game a 2 out of 10. What happened to Mario? This game does not reflect the greatness of its predecessors, such as Mario Golf on the PlayStation 1 and Tetris. Like many games in recent times, it suffers from a big problem. There is way too much water. The only thing this game has going for it is its deep storyline involving the girl from Last of Dust and Pokemon Diamond. This is why Mario Dreamcast gets a solid 10 out of 10. I'm sorry, but like, what is going on with this mess of a review? Is my guy high? Baz DeMeg has given Super Mario 64 a 3 out of 10. Hard game. Very annoying. Not for casual players. Not for kids. Annoying. My guy, get good. Crossbone gave Super Mario 64 a score of 4, and here is what they said. The original version of Super Mario 64 is one of the most overrated games of all time. Graphically, it's aged about as nicely as a carton of milk that came out in 1996. Oh wait, this trash game got released in 96. Jokes aside, the graphics are pathetic and have aged poorly. The controls are fine, but there's way too many glitches that can either break the game or make the game way too easy. Looking at the backwards jump, people get on Sonic 06 for having tons of glitches, yet in a playthrough of that game, I haven't experienced more than 2 unless I went out of my way to find them. Mario 64, you can run into these glitches on the fly, and often at that, and the plot is just another Bowser kidnapped the princess scenario. It doesn't need to be a huge plot, just, I don't know, try to be unique. Mario Galaxy has a much more interesting story to tell, and even in 64DS, it at least mixes it up with Bowser simultaneously kidnapping Mario, Wario, and Luigi alongside Peach. Speaking of 64DS, I feel no more need to review this game. Quit idolizing it. It isn't that good. Go play 64DS instead. More content, better graphics. Interesting that you're comparing Mario 64 to Sonic 06, because even if you come across fewer glitches in Sonic 06, I guarantee you will spend a lot more time stuck waiting on loading screens within Sonic 06. And I don't think the graphics have aged that poorly for Mario 64. Sure, it's no Breath of the Wild or Horizon Forbidden West, but I don't think the old polygons look too bad for today. On to our last review, which comes from Yay. This game is bad. It broke when I microwaved it, then ate. It tasted really bad. 0 out of 10. Well, there you have it. That was 10 hilariously bad reviews for Super Mario 64. If you want to watch another video I made on Super Mario 64, then check out this huge video where I ranked every single star on the game from worst to best. It's well worth the whole 32 minutes and 56 seconds of your time, I promise.